Good morning. My name is Aaron Weininger, and on behalf of my colleagues in our congregation, it's an honor to welcome you to Adath Yeshurun. It's a privilege to be hosting Keeping the Spirit Alive, and I'm honored to serve as a board member of the JFCS of Minneapolis board. As I think about today, I am drawn once again to the teaching of my friend and colleague, Rabbi Michael Goldman, who founded the organization Seva, Jewish Life Beyond Memory. And he reflects on the power specifically of loss and grief. He writes, a woman reminisces about the feelings of ambiguous loss she experienced during the final years of her father's life. Whenever I sat in the pews on Shabbat and heard the prayer for healing, I felt alienated, she said. What was I supposed to be praying for? I had no idea what complete healing was supposed to look like for my dad. And then when they said Kaddish, I wanted to join in. I felt like I was already in mourning for him, and I felt guilty for feeling that way. Grief, which will be the topic of today's keynote, is not something we experience at once when a loved one passes. It's not a linear process that we can just check. Our tradition in Judaism is very conscious of the need to make space for what comes up in our lives moment to moment, not delaying it or shoving ourselves into a neat box in which everything is tied with a bow. It is at this time of year precisely between Passover and Shavuot, between Exodus in Egypt and the revelation of Torah at Mount Sinai, that Jewish communities across the globe count what is known as the Omer, the 49-day period in between the holidays that prepares us to reach Mount Sinai. Much of it is traditionally considered a period of mourning and of grief, stretched out over 7 weeks, and marking a plague that is said to have visited the students of the great sage Rabbi Akiva. Whether in fact the plague unfolded or not the way rabbinic literature describes it, it is a period of great expansiveness in which we have the space to experience many things, including loss. And only then do we reach Mount Sinai to receive Torah. Rabbi Jonathan Wittenberg teaches, the end of the counting, the end of the Omer, takes us to Mount Sinai, the site of great revelation. Of course, he says, the destination is important. But as the commentator Rashi reminds us, when he points out that the text says the children of Israel came to Mount Sinai on this day, emphasizing this day, not on that day, the giving of Torah is never only then, but it's always now on this day. Our life, he writes, is this day, not the other day, not one day in the future. If we always want to be somewhere else, we end up an absentee from our own existence. He concludes, counting the Omer means counting today, for it is always today we have to make count. And much like counting the Omer, the title of our conference is a reminder that keeping the spirit alive is not some exercise out there then, but it has the potential to touch our lives on this day, on this Sunday. And we need to make the space to carve out time and to show up. Our learning on this day may touch those we love who live with dementia, but it's also really important that our learning touches us, each one of us here this day, to make space today for whatever is coming up, including grief. In this space of wilderness between Passover and Shavuot, we find ourselves here to learn, engage, find nourishment, and to experience the dimensions of loss. May we not only count moments and days, but also make each moment and each day count. Learn at your own pace. Be gentle with yourself. Rest as you need. And it's okay to step out or step forward. You can blame the rabbi if you decided to leave a session because you just needed time and you needed space to be. This period of counting reminds us that we slowly make our way to Mount Sinai, perhaps representing some deep learning or knowledge, and to experience the rocky terrain that gets us there. We do so with every part of ourselves, body and mind, to be here right now. And it's so good that you're here. So we think about wonderful partners at JFS and JFCS. It's a delight to welcome Ruth Olcon and Amy Weiss to the Bima.
Thank you, Rabbi, for your words of wisdom and welcome. That's what my remarks say, but Rabbi, you set us up really well for today. Thank you. My name is Ruth Olcon. I'm the CEO of Jewish Family Service of St. Paul, and it's my pleasure to be here today with all of you, and especially with Amy Weiss. She's the Chief Program Officer of Jewish Family and Children's Service of Minneapolis. JFCS and JFS are working together to raise awareness and support individuals and families to navigate their caregiving journey. So that's why we're here today. It's going to be a really good day. We want to take a moment to give you some information, to share appreciation, to recognize and thank several people for making today's event happen. First of all, the 13 individuals who comprise the incredible Volunteer Conference Planning Committee. So these folks worked over the last 11 months to develop a conference, today's conference, focused on meeting needs of caregivers and to provide this educational experience for us. A full list of the committee member names is in your program. Special thanks to Tabitha Bensi Durango, JFCS Community Conference Manager, for leading the planning committee. Oh, you guys are so good. You're ahead of me. One little thing, though. I want Tabitha and the members of the planning committee to stand for a round of applause. Come on, folks. On your feet. On your feet. That's great. Thank you so much. We also want to express our deep appreciation to Dath congregation for welcoming the conference to their beautiful space this year. Thank you to the clergy, the staff and members for hosting us. We also want to extend an additional thank you to the many generous donors whose support makes it possible to keep this conference free and open to all. Sponsor names are listed with appreciation in the conference program as well. This year, the keynote panel presentation will be video recorded, and all breakout sessions will be audio recorded and available online by May 5th. So apparently we're into podcasting here now. You'll be able to listen to the sessions as you go for a walk, drive, cook, garden, wherever you go about your day. You can take the sessions with you, and so that the recordings, there'll be resources, book recommendations, certificate of attendance, and other information about the conference. That's going to be on the homepage, the JFCS Keeping the Spirit Alive conference homepage, and that will be live for all of us on May 5th. Okay, Amy.
Thank you, Ruth, and thank you, Rabbi Weininger, again for setting the stage for us for today. I want to again thank all the individuals whose time and knowledge and expertise and resources in making the conference successful and possible. We also want to extend our thank you to all of the conference presenters and all of the time that you've brought and all of the wisdom that you plan to share today for our caregivers and the community. JFCS and JFS are grateful to be partnering together to build community and to, especially since it's been 2 years since our last conference. As we open the conference, I have a few other housekeeping things I want to share with you. So volunteers are all wearing a purple lanyard, and they can help you with directions or getting you where you need to go or any other questions about the conference. Lunch is going to be served in the social hall after breakout session 1. So have a wonderful lunch, but keep it brief so you have time to visit all of the resources and take those in before you start breakout session 2 at 1 p.m. All of the community organizations, including the Hennepin County Library, are available for you there. And the library has books you can check out today and take home with you. And they can also help you with your library card if you don't have that. Please join us back here in the sanctuary after the final breakout session for a closing ceremony with a performance from Giving Voice Chorus. And then lastly, please fill out the evaluation form. We need your input. That helps us determine what the next conference looks like. And we definitely want to make sure that we're being responsive to the needs of the community. So this year, we have a unique experience to learn from the wisdom of 5 people in our keynote presentation titled Grief in Every Chapter, The Stories That Shape Us. It's now my pleasure to introduce the moderator for our keynote panel presentation, Rosie Gaston. Rosie is a passionate and energetic clinical social worker with over a decade of dedication and experience guiding individuals, families, communities, and fellow professionals through the intricate journey of end-of-life care. Her path began as a hospice volunteer, igniting her pursuit of a Master of Social Work degree to deepen her understanding of the experiences and needs of those facing life-limiting conditions, caregiving, grief, and ethical dilemmas. Throughout her career, Rosie has worked alongside exceptional interdisciplinary teams in diverse healthcare settings, specializing in oncology, palliative care, and hospice. She has also made significant contributions to the field through research and presentations at both the local and national level. In 2022, Rosie established A Better Ending, her own venture, driven by her passions, including personalized support, community education, and fostering professional development in the end-of-life domain. With her unwavering dedication and entrepreneurial spirit, Rosie continuously tries to make an impact on the lives of those preparing for end of life, ensuring they receive the compassionate care and informed guidance that they deserve. Please join me in welcoming Rosie, and she will introduce us to the panel of experts that will guide our learning this morning.